Hello, this is Michael Gibson. We are live at RE Plus Mid Atlantic in Philadelphia. If you're in the area, please come stop by. We are at booth 414 or 414, however you would like to say that. We're going to take this time to talk about our Envy product line. We have our solution sales engineer, GL, who's going to run us through our paces. Again, we are RE Plus Mid Atlantic, booth 14. Fortress Power, and we're going to talk about our Envy product line. So let me introduce you to Gio right here. Gio,
Hello, everyone.
so tell us about Fortress Power's Envy. I say product line. So why do we call it a product line?
We
Explain
have
that.
three different Envy products. We have Envy 8K, Envy 10K, and we also have Envy True 12, or you can call it Envy True 12K. Yes.
So
That's
you
all right.
you pointed out Envy Truth 12. Why do you choose to use the word True 12? Explain that to me.
First of all, it sounds awesome, and second of all, it truly outputs 12 kilowatts of power to the load or to the batteries,
So
or export to the grid.
so it's our inverter. We call it the Envy True 12. And when we talk about exported to the grid, what we mean is that you have some inverters that are labeled with certain numbers, but their output may not match. So we chose, when we designed the Envy True 12 kW inverter, to really say what the inverter ampacity or output would be as far as kilowatt hour production. So we have our Envy inverter, but you mentioned that there's an 8, a 10, and a 12. So tell us, why would someone want the 8 kW versus a 10 kW versus a 12 kW inverter? What are some of the nuances to that? Why would someone choose one versus the other?
So, for people who need 200 amp pass through, they would go with True 12. But if they need smaller inverter or they want that like mid-range, like for example, you want to have, let's say, 16 kilowatts, well, and you don't want to spend money on two True 12s, what do? Well, if you need 16Ks, you can buy two 8Ks and you would have that 16K output. So it's tailored for to be able to give people freedom of choice.
So when we're talking about the Envy 12K inverter, GL, tell me some of the specific things or the unique value proposition of that inverter, and why would someone want to choose our inverter versus someone else's inverter? Look in the
So
camera and tell the people.
first of all, then you will be dealing with only one entity, Fortress Power. And you would not be buying the inverter and the battery. You are buying the energy storage solution. And that's why we launched these inverters. Not to compete generally with all the other inverters, but to have energy storage solution. You'll be dealing with one entity, all the documents they match, there will be no unexpected changes, and also it is very good inverter, and it works very well with our batteries.
So in dealing with one entity, if I can elaborate on that statement, you can ensure better closed loop communications because it's the same company. So we make sure that our inverter and our battery are always able to communicate. Also, from a warranty perspective,
Mhm.
we do that. And one of the reasons, also from an inverter perspective and a battery perspective, you have UL 9540 second edition, where they're looking for battery partners to specifically label what inverter they're using. So why would somebody want to trust Fortress Power to do their inverter? Because I get that question all the time. Like, Fortress Power does inverters? Why would someone want to trust Fortress Power with their inverter? Answer that for me.
Uh, well, we've been building our reputation for 7 years, and we would not allow new product to throw that whole work away for just creating the inverter. No, our reputation is on stake, and we are making sure to deliver great product to our customers, as always. Just like we did with the batteries, same we're doing with the inverters. We were involved extensively with the R&D of this inverter, and also extensive testing was done to release this inverter. So we launched it because we're sure that it works and works well, especially with our batteries.
One thing I would like to add, Fortress Power, when we first came out, we were a battery manufacturer, and we were inverter agnostic, meaning that we work with many, many different brands of inverters. So we saw the pitfalls, but also we understood inverters. We've been working with inverters for many, many years. We've had many inverter partners. So our application engineering support is A1. We understand inverters, we work with inverters, and a lot of times we would yield calls that wasn't necessarily a battery issue, but a communication issue with the inverter. So that has given us a lot of experience in the inverter market. What we're going to do right now, we're going to have Gio just kind of showcase this inverter, tell us some things about it. I'm going to bring the screen down, and he's just going to continue to talk. So go ahead.
So as you can see, we have battery connections here, generator connections here, load and grid. So if you connect the grid to it, that's how you do 200 amp pass-through to load. There are load breakers right here, battery breakers right here. If you are using two batteries, it has internal bus bars, so to speak. So you can get away without using the bus bar, which is because bus bar is already here. You see all the communication ports here. So this is where you connect the battery to battery communication, battery to inverter communication, inverter to not battery to battery, but inverter to inverter communication and battery to inverter communication. This is where the generator auto starter goes. This is where you update your screen, your firmware, and so forth. PV inputs are here. You see first 4. That's your first MPPT, and then there are 2 smaller MPPTs. So this one accommodates 25 amps, and 2 smaller ones, 15 amps each. In terms of battery, well, you can have as many batteries as you really want. 250 amps is the output on the battery side.
So Gio, let me ask this question.
Another cool feature I wanted to point out. So
let's come down here. Hold on. Let's so they can see.
You see how it's labeled Gen and L1 and L2. So this can serve as the input for the generator, and also it can serve as an AC coupled solar input. But it can also serve as AC output. So you could connect one load, let's say EV charger, to this and program the inverter using the LCD touchscreen to deliver power to the gen port, so that one load that you chose to be connected here would receive power from gen ports.
So hold on. Let's come over here. You got to make sure that people can see you.
Yes.
So
hold it back then.
You're saying the Envy True 12 kW inverter has a 200 amp pass through.
Yes.
It has a generator connection port.
That is correct.
And you can connect your EV through that generator connector port.
Yes. That port is not only input but also output.
Wow, that's very powerful. So we're very proud of our Envy product line. And we're going to talk about some other things that we have since we got you live. I'm going to transition over here. I'm going to bring up this product. This is our Guardian. What is the Guardian? Gio, tell the people what the Guardian is.
So Guardian is the gateway device, so to speak. So it monitors the batteries. But as you know, some inverters, including ours, they allow to monitor the battery bank. What this does is that it can monitor the batteries one by one. For example, in case of the eFlex, you can also update the firmware using this device. This can be used for diagnostic purposes. And more features will be available on Guardian down the road, because this is a fairly new product. And hardware allows us to do more and more improvements on the software side and make it even better and better and even more functional.
So this is our Guardian product. We have our Envy inverter, and then we have our traditional eFlex and eVault battery. One question that I do want to mention or ask you, Gio, what battery products can the Envy serve? So I know it works with lead acid batteries, correct?
It does.
And on our batteries, what batteries connect to the Envy? We have our eFlex, we have our eVault. How many Envys can we put together?
You can put up to 10 Envys together, and the communication will support that. In terms of batteries, you're absolutely correct. But not only eVault Max and eFlex, we can also connect LFP10 Max to it as well.
LFP10 Max. So you got eFlex, eVault, LFP10 Max, and lead acid batteries. Now, when it comes to the Envy inverter, what type of inverter is it? Is it a string inverter? Is it a hybrid inverter?
It is a hybrid inverter.
It's a hybrid
Yes,
inverter.
as I pointed out, it has MPPTs and also it has capability of producing the AC output, and also it can use AC coupled solar for input. So
Okay.
yes, it's truly, when we say on our ads and on our spec sheets, all-in-one solution. This is the all-in-one solution because it does AC coupled, DC coupled. It does generator. It has generator, even can be used as output. It has 200 amp pass-through. It has MPPTs. It has communications. Many other things that I aren't going to list here, but yes, this is all-in-one inverter.
So the moral of the story is Fortress Power, we are an energy storage solution company. So if you need a 48-volt battery, we got you covered. If you need an inverter, we got you covered. If you need battery monitoring, we got you covered. If you need commercial industrial solutions, we have you covered. If you need EMS, we got you covered. If you need a microgrid controller, we got you covered. If you want to participate in demand response programs, we got you covered. If you want to do virtual power plants, we got you covered. Let Fortress Power wrap its energy solution around everything that you need. We are truly growing, we are truly expanding, and we're so excited to have you visit us now or later to learn more about our products. One thing that I like to mention, so if you are in the area tomorrow, put it there. We are having a post-show event at our Fortress Power's headquarters. You can go onto our LinkedIn, see the QR code. You can see it in Facebook. So if you travel to this area and you're looking for something to do, at 1 to 5 p.m., you can visit our headquarters location. You can get some food. You can meet our staff, and you can learn about our products. We're just so excited to be in this market. There's just so many wonderful things that's going on. But thank you for tuning in to learn about our Envy product line. So just to repeat, we have an 8 kW, we have a 10 kW, we have a 12 kW. So what I would like to say is don't get jealous, get envy. Thank you for tuning in. This is Michael Gibson, and we will talk to you later.